For the past 3 years, I have found the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple to be fascinating. The issue has captured the attention of many. The SEC did offer Ripple and its executives, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen, an opportunity to settle. It was first revealed in the cryptocurrency community. Nevertheless, the form and details of these proposed settlements remained undisclosed. Many of us are guessing as to what the terms meant because they were obscured. We dig in, give it a good shake, and click like, subscribe, and toggle on notifications to become a part of our community. Finally, after years of rumors and doubt, we know what those settlement conditions are. Let me tell you, my first suspicion was right. There was no ambiguity in these phrases. The SEC's requirements were so onerous and unfavorable that, had Ripple accepted them, they would have irreversibly damaged investors' finances. They were unreasonable and outright harmful to Ripple and, consequently, to all XRP holders. This circumstance emphasizes how crucial Ripple's financial stability is and its determination to oppose the SEC. Significant financial resources supported Ripple's decision to retaliate. As others have said, a war chest was essential because, in the absence of this resistance and the means to maintain it, XRP holders may have found themselves in a very precarious financial situation. The terms of the settlement were, to put it bluntly, concerning. They serve as a stark reminder of the high stakes involved in these regulatory battles and the potential effects they may have on individual investors and the larger cryptocurrency community. If Ripple had agreed to the terms set forth by the SEC, the consequences for XRP, especially for holders in the United States, could have been disastrous. Even though XRP might still be around today, the ramifications for us investors were perhaps dire, their road to recovery was unclear, and the environment for XRP investment may have changed significantly in the previous 3 years since the SEC's lawsuit. But there was a noteworthy discovery. By Stuart Alder last night, the chief legal officer of Ripple disclosed the specifics of the behind-the-scenes discussions and disputes. His disclosure served as a somber reminder of the vital role Ripple played in protecting holders of XRP from potentially disastrous outcomes, particularly in the U.S. The value of XRP had already suffered because of the case. There was no intended pun, but the market response was swift and harsh, affecting many developers who might have been working in addition to the price impact of the ripple effects. The XRP ledger chose not to act, and as a result, many prospective investors steered away from XRP, creating an artificial price suppression that continues to this day, but according to Alder, things could have turned out far worse. Since Ripple is the company's top legal expert, he complied with the Secretary's requests. The chief legal officer's observations helped to clarify the seriousness of the issue and the decisive actions Ripple took to safeguard the interests of all XRP members, in addition to its own. Collective. The chief of Stuart Alder Ripple recently, a legal officer disclosed a pivotal period in the history of the organization. The day the SEC sued Ripple 3 years ago, the SEC made a settlement offer to Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse that would have had a significant impact on XRP. According to the SEC, suggested openly designating XRP as a security to Alder and providing the market with a short window of time to comply. For 2 key reasons, Ripple's answer was unequivocally no. First, the company maintained its stance. The SEC has not created a clear structure for cryptocurrencies, and secondly, XRP is not a security. Observance, as Alder emphasized, rejecting the SEC's settlement offer and proving that XRP is not a security in and of itself has always been the main goal of this legal dispute. Ripple made a big gamble because not many people thought they could defeat such a strong opponent. However, Ripple's tenacity not only brought him a triumph, but also revealed the SEC's contradictions and overreach. Beyond merely protecting Ripple, the fight was also about defending the larger cryptocurrency market in the U.S. as it moves toward 2024. Ripple's opposition to the SEC has established a precedent for the proposed settlement. If approved, I would have drastically changed the course of XRP, especially in the U.S. It would have been disastrous for American XRP investors and might even have resulted in irreparable harm, but the ambiguity and uncertainty surrounding U.S. legal matters may have discouraged XRP innovation. and investment impacting how XRP is seen globally in such a situation. Though it's difficult to predict the course Ripple and XRP would have had to follow, one thing is certain. Ripple's choice to fight back has had a significant impact on XRP's present and future, as the story recounts. The SEC and Ripple conflict have been not to be confused with a legal thriller not just for Ripple, but for the entire cryptocurrency. The stakes were very high. Ecosystem possessed in response to the securities claim that XRP is a security, Ripple gave in. It would have had far-reaching, maybe disastrous, effects and established a precedent that might never have ended. Destroyed XRP's and maybe other cryptocurrencies' prospects. After an unjust suspension from a forum where he directly addressed Stuart Alder, attorney James Murphy, also known as Metal Almond Online, has returned to the public eye. Praising Ripple for resisting the intense pressure from the U.S. administration with his sentiment, it reflects the relief and admiration that a large number of people in the cryptocurrency community are feeling. Murphy doesn't say much. Businesses and executives are strong enough to say no to the bully. Their lunch money perfectly captures the essence of Ripple's fight against the SEC as David versus Goliath. Despite being the underdog, Ripple was able to obtain sweet vindication at first. The situation appeared catastrophic, with many seasoned securities law professionals projecting a dismal result for the Ripple effect. Even though the SEC was a formidable opponent, Ripple's persevered in the face of it. John Dion, an attorney who wasn't originally trained in securities law, brought a new perspective to the case and sharply contrasted the SEC's confidence with the more defeatist attitudes of other FI field professionals. This gave the case new eyes and a different approach, which added a glimmer of hope amidst the general pessimism. Lawyer Bill Morgan summarized the circumstances. Implies that forcing Ripple was the SEC's ultimate goal. A move by Ripple would have had significant ramifications for other developers and the larger CRP crypto industry, probably becoming a reference point in later litigation against other cryptocurrencies. This would have created a domino effect, setting a precedent for the entire cryptocurrency market and possibly leading to the widespread classification of cryptocurrencies as securities. A pivotal point in the legal saga occurred when Ripple's top executives, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larsen, refused to bow to the SEC's demands and agreed to label XRP. The repercussions are serious as a security precaution. Envision would have been enormous. Would have been an easy way out for them individually, but they faced tremendous pressure, a type of regulatory bullying, at the price of the entire XRP ecosystem, and they refused to back down. Firmly, the SEC didn't drop its lawsuits against Garlinghouse and Larsen until recently. This action demonstrated that the cases had less to do with actual legal issues and more to do with intimidating the leaders of Ripple into submission. Despite this, Garlinghouse and Larsen refused to back down. Declining to accept the baseless accusations made by the SEC, a commentary from lawyer John Dion on the third anniversary of the case sheds more light on these occurrences. He made it clear that Jay Clayton, the then head of the SEC, had met with Gary Gendler just one day before the case. The lawsuit against Ripple was filed the next day, making it one of the most significant non-fraud enforcement actions in recent history. According to Dion, the timing was probably not just a coincidence, rather, it was a deliberate action, and the case had to have been addressed. Though we might never learn the full scope of these conversations, the exchange between Clayton and Gensler the previous evening was interesting. But what's clear is that Clayton was determined to see that the cases were filed before his departure. From the SEC, it appeared to have been planned to strengthen the SEC's position against Ripple, and his choice to bring the lawsuit. It was his last move as president. On his last day, which says volumes about his objectives and the case's strategic timing. Please keep in mind that I am not a registered financial consultant and that the material in these videos is only meant for your amusement. I always advise viewers that before making any financial decisions, they should do their research and speak with experts. I appreciate your listening. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the alerts so you can be the first to know when I upload new videos. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Be careful.